Large lens together, sir. So my name is Ty Crosby. I'm the founder of SilVR, and this all really began early Oculus Kickstarter days when I saw Oculus. It just sparked something that was just for many of us here. I went, hang on, this thing is so much farther beyond just doing roller coaster demos and space landing demos, and it really jumps back in time way before that. I used to be a travel photographer. So we go back like 20 years. I was really lucky, and I was actually climbing in the Himalayas doing a documentary piece. And it was this whole thing. All I ever wished was if there was a better medium so I could have people literally walk in my shoes and experience the people and the culture and see what I saw, not just as a photograph, but to actually be there. And I saw Oculus, and it was like this moment, it was this flash that went off, and I said, okay, we have to invent the system to make that happen. Like, finally, there's a way to see it. Why isn't this ability there? And so for the last 2 years almost, we've been developing entirely our own proprietary hardware solution in order to actually put you in the body. Not 360 video, but actually let you be the person in that moment, walking in their shoes, quite literally.
It seems like this year it has become like the most hyped thing to do these POV videos. You see it from everything from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia doing like their little skit on or In the Eyes of Danny DeVito.
Yes, exactly.
Doing, whatever. Sure. All the way to like Hardcore Henry.
Yes,
which is a feature film all shot in a perspective, although not in 360.
That's correct.
Which when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's good, but it'd be better if
in SilVR.
Yeah.
Or also not in 3D as well.
That's true. So yours is 3D, 360.
True stereoscopic 3D, yes.
Is it tricky though? Do you often find it's like one shot or a one taker?
Let's put it this way, life isn't perfect, and one thing, anytime you're doing anything in 360 3D, anyone that's a filmmaker in this world knows this, the number of takes goes up exponentially, just because all of a sudden what used to just be in frame is no longer just in frame, it's what happens all around you, and life's not perfect. It's really bizarre, but life is just not perfect. And the other thing, and to be really clear, is our focus is not just on filmmaking. That's really not our direction. What we learned is by being able to have somebody experience essentially memory from them doing it, being embodied, what happens is all of a sudden it starts building things like muscle memory. So unlike just vision and hearing where I go, oh, I saw something, like, oh, I saw this great movie, it was so cool, but I remember differently. Now all of a sudden going, I did that. Now I get muscle memory, which changes the way I learn things.
Yeah.
So you'll never replace time with a master. Like if I could go back and train Kung Fu with Bruce Lee, it'd be amazing. There's one Bruce Lee, right? And he can't train everybody. What if you could actually experience what it's like to actually train with him? Mm-hmm. And you can ramp up this knowledge so that when you do have your time with the trainer, it's more effective. Very
cool. So if there is one historical figure you can go back in time and put your camera on and experience, a day in the life, would it be Benjamin Franklin, or would it be, Hamilton, would it be just like Steven Spielberg while he's making Raiders of the Lost Ark? That's what I would
Oh, that is good. But on that note, could you imagine what it'd be like to be Martin Luther King actually leading the walk across that bridge?
Just like in his shoes, you hear the speech, I have a dream. Or maybe you're just Bob Dylan, like next to him, like, oh shit, there he is.
Could you imagine? I mean, for me, God, if I would have to do it, it'd have to be the first step on the moon. Like, could you imagine what it'd be like to be him?
Yeah.
Not to see him,
but to actually
see your own footprint land.
Yeah.
That moment. So things like that. But the core where we're doing it today is there's things like conservation. And when you say things like civil rights, we're doing this right now. We're working with high-level academics, not just in the whiz-bang that's cool and shiny, but actual quant data saying, is this more effective? Because what we're doing is we're doing some work on diversity where we say, if I can take you and make you be in their shoes and experience this situation, it changes your perception radically.
It should be like mandatory for police officers to go through this emotional sort of training.
We couldn't agree more. So there's something on that. Can I tell a quick story?
Sure, yeah.
This is the thing. So we sat down, and our big thing is enterprise level training. So we sat down with essentially the real life Denzel Washington, 25 years LAPD gang division trainer. He's the guy that trains the new guys how to be LAPD gang division, kicking down doors and staying alive. So how do you get like 25 years of on the street knowledge and train them. You can't do it with a textbook. You can't do it with a YouTube video. It just doesn't work. Nothing's ever going to replace the real knowledge, but he was telling us the situation. He literally goes, we come up on a scene, called in domestic disturbance. We rush in. There's a black man grabbing a white woman and pulling her backwards. We've got guns drawn running into this place. The immediate reaction is, shoot the black guy. And this is a Hispanic officer telling us this. And he goes, I hate saying it, but that's where you go. He goes, thank God we didn't shoot, because it turns out a white guy and a white woman came up from behind us, running down the hallway with their actual aggressors. And the black man was a friend of the white woman, trying to drag her to safety and get her out of a negative scene. Wow. So you look at that for a second and you go, how in the world could you ever impart that knowledge and that wisdom on a cadet? And our system allows you to reenact that, film that exact scene, and capture what the intensity is of that moment. Let the person experience it back, and they don't see it like a film. They're seeing it like they did it. And hopefully, just hopefully, maybe it can make a difference on the ground when they're actually boots on the ground and doing something. So that's where we see this technology really changing and evolving what educators can do by using a more superior tool.